Hey folks, welcome back. Fair Plans Hiking Sedona podcast, episode 19 today. I'm just crushing it with these interviews with these special guests, and today I've got my friend, longtime friend, not super, what was it? It's been like 6 years since I've probably known of
probably
you or
6.
met you or whatever.
I met Laura 7 years ago.
Yeah, so it's really cool. Jimmy Nielsen, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just like Leslie Nielsen.
There you go.
Spelled the same way. The
Same
whole
sense of humor, too.
There you go.
I ask everybody is just go ahead and tell everyone a little bit about yourself and like where you're from, what you do, what you've been doing, a little blurb of your life if you want.
I will. Okay. So pretty much straight up, everybody knows me. Yeah. I do get around. I've done various things here.
In a good way.
And I'm not in the post office on a blotter or anything, but I came from back east. I came here in early 2012 with a friend and fell in love with Sedona. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't just the Red Rock fever. It wasn't that. It was just something that was calling to me. Yeah. Because I was lost back there. Yeah. And kind of grounded myself into the, screwed myself into the ground, and I was lost. Yeah. I forgot me, took care of everyone else but me. Yeah. So I wound up saying I could see myself living in Sedona when we got back after vacation, and it just all happened. Yeah. And I moved here in 2013. Yeah. I bought a pickup truck, loaded it up, dude, and just drove across the country. I'm like, what am I doing? And left everything. I sold my business, sold most of my goods, and came out with bare bones and said, I got it made, man. I got a couple nuts stashed away, and that changed. Yeah. Everything changed. Yeah. So I went into a dark place for maybe like a year and a half. Yeah. And I was out on a beautiful hike going towards the rabbit ears. Yeah. Brother, that was my day changer, and that was in right around Thanksgiving of 2014. And that was it. I was on my way out of here. As you know, some people come, it's an ebb and tide. It just flows, man. Yeah. You don't know who's coming, you don't know who's going. Yeah. They come, they put their roots down, they're gone.
It could be in 3 weeks, it could be in 6 months, right. But yeah.
So I hung in there, and I didn't know what was coming next. Yeah. The best thing was I was starting to discover me. Right. Once I did that, it's the floodgates opening. Yeah. I couldn't stop it if I wanted to, Bear. Right. Stuff came to me so fast, so hard. It's what I've been praying for all my life. Yeah. And all of a sudden, it's here.
It's in this tiny little place.
Whew. That was overwhelming, just trying to get, used to me. Yeah. And all these gifts all at the same time. Right. And I think back in 2012 when I was on my vacation here. Yeah. I had a reading from a woman down in Camp Verde. Mm-hmm. I had to stop there to get some elixirs on our way to the airport. Yeah. And she said, a young man's going to come in your life. And I'm like, better not be. I didn't know what that meant.
Right.
I said, I can't have another child at this point. Yeah. And that was another gift. A young man who was struggling, needed me. Yeah. And that turned out to be my stepson. Wow. Now I have another young man that came in because my daughter just got married in August 2019.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's been a wild ride, brother. Yeah. I don't know how else to explain it.
It's a common thing, though. As well as I do. Right. You talk to 100 people that are living in Sedona now, and we all have a different story, but it all is the same.
It's the same.
For some reason, I think we're all just getting away from what it was and trying to be in a place where we believe and feel deeply that we belong.
Right.
Not necessarily belong like socially, but belong spiritually.
Right.
Or deeper than what we used to get used to knowing. Oh, it's this crowd I was always hanging out with. Sedona's different.
Right on. Different. And I had a strange feeling when I was in that dark place that I was on the island of misfit toys, like from Rudolph, growing up, right? Yeah. I'm like, what am I doing here, man? Yeah. And I wasn't with my tribe. I wasn't with my people. I didn't find my people yet. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it started coming. And like I said, once it came, I couldn't stop it. So from 2014, after that hike, and that's a special place, I go back there. Yeah. Some people call it UFO rock. Have you?
Yes.
Yeah, brother. So I'm up there, I'm looking at the rabbit ears, man, and it was like in October. So it was one of those beautiful fall days, about 85. Yeah. But I was sweating, man. I had a pack on, and I took the pack off, and this cold wind came and just chilled me down.
Nice.
And sat me down. I felt like a grip. You know it back there, brother. There's nobody back there.
Yeah. Mother Earth came and hugged you.
That's why I go there. And I knew it was special. So, and from that day on, that's my special place.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I've got tons of them, but I had to stop hiking. I had
Yeah.
back injury.
Yeah.
So it's been about 2 years since I've really hiked.
Okay.
But I want to get back out there. And
But no walking.
Oh,
Do
no,
you
I've
guys
been
do-
exercising, stretching, walking, lifting, but lifting the right way.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Finally using the legs.
And my brain.
Yeah.
But after going through that, and it was pretty awful, but we have to go through things to come out the other side better.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes a kick in the butt to
And that's it, man.
be able to get us on track.
Susan would say, another spiritual 2x4. What are you going to build with all of the ones that you've been hit with?
Absolutely.
What are you going to build? You keep getting shown and you keep getting hit with these 2x4s. But life is great, bro.
Awesome. I'll ask you a question. It's dear to my heart. So, what's the deal with the teepee? Give me the rundown.
Awesome.
I mean, I've been watching you through Facebook and endlessly
Right on.
watching you through Facebook.
Yeah. Great question. Teepee is really a special place for us because Susan was out in Colorado with a shaman friend of hers, and she said, we have to get a teepee because they did all their ceremony and everything in a teepee while she was there. She actually stayed there. So I said, no problem. And happened to just finish our staircase with this carpenter, and we just built a deck. I got the dimensions, what she wanted, and ordered it, and then there it was.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very special, it still hasn't shown itself. We have a lot of practitioners that want to use it, a lot of shamans that come through town that want to use it.
Yeah.
So we're getting there. We're just kind of cooling off from moving from Sedona.
Yeah.
And we ran an Airbnb, and that was my deal. It was like, I was the super host. It's like kicking it.
Yeah.
Come home from work and greet people and do my deal, and it was awesome.
Right.
But after a while, when you overload, you burn out. So we kind of burnt out, but Spirit told us, you got to go. You don't have to go far, you just got to go.
Yeah.
So Susan was in Bali, and she said, we're going to sell a house. Sold the house, rented an Airbnb because there was no rentals up here.
Yep.
So Page Spring, here we come. We found our friend Vina found us this Airbnb because we have a dog and a cat.
Yeah. That's tough. That's tough in a place.
Thank
it's
you.
tough everywhere.
Well, it's tough here just finding a studio apartment. So we go down here, and the woman happens to be selling it. She says, I'm selling in spring. We moved in as a rental in November. We bought it in February. Moved out for 5 days, moved right back in.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to come down. And I know you're a busy man, but, make some time.
Yeah.
It's like being on vacation, and we don't like to leave.
Right.
So
that's kind of what's happening to us.
Right.
A lot of things are just getting perfectly put together in a beautiful place.
Right.
And it's hard to jump elsewhere. It's hard to go hang out because
Thank you.
we like our time together
Right.
more than we like hanging out.
Right.
Those days possibly have, been in the past, and that's part
Right.
of who we were
Right.
compared to where we are today.
And it was okay. It was good time spent.
Yes.
There's a gift in everything, as ugly as things may have been anywhere else.
Lessons to learn
There's
in everything.
always
in
a
life.
gift. There's lessons to learn every time you wake up, put your feet on the floor.
Yeah.
And if we just accept what comes to us,
Yeah.
like the 2x4, the spiritual 2x4s, build something out of it,
All right, I'm going to talk about something else that's also dear to me. It's something I've been toying with all my life, and I think I've told you before. It's about drumming.
Oh, yeah.
Not the Sedona Red Rocks on the spiritual moonlit night drumming, but professional drumming. I grew up with a really good friend of mine that was insanely good at drumming. But I'm going to actually put two words in front of you, Neil Peart.
Yeah.
Tell me. Just run with that.
Well, as a drummer, I'm probably my worst critic. Not on other drummers, on myself.
Right. Absolutely.
And I never consider myself a good drummer. I say, I'm an okay drummer. Well, if that's what you want to be, that's what you'll be.
Yep.
You'll never rise to that next level.
Yeah.
So that's part of loving yourself, too.
Yes.
Go to the next level. You watch a guy like Neil Peart. Have you ever seen an aerial shot of his kit?
Yes.
Okay.
Many times. I've seen him many times.
Staggering.
Absolutely.
He could do that blindfolded.
Yep.
Blindfolded, my man.
Yep.
And I've seen him aerial shot, soloing. I wanted to sell everything.
Yeah.
I wanted to just sell it all.
Yeah.
I'll never play again. And that's not the attitude.
Right.
The attitude is do what you can, man. That's your superpower. We gave it to you.
Right.
You do what you want with it.
Yeah.
You want to call yourself an okay drummer? That's all you'll be.
Yeah.
It's so funny because we were on vacation, and I'm so blessed I have everything in life. Susan said, what would you like? You're finally relaxed. You're sitting on the beach. What do you want to manifest next? I said, no, I'd love to play with some really awesome musicians in town.
Yeah.
My phone goes off in Mexico.
In Mexico.
What? Come on, man. Why? It's my brother Ivan. You know Ivan?
Yeah.
He says, would you join our band, Super Soul? Come on.
Ta-da!
First thing I thought was like those two words you said, like Neil Peart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do this. I could do this.
Yeah.
And I came back, and rest is history. So that was last May.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always revert back to people like Neil Peart, Stuart Copeland, you know, John Bonham, cut my teeth on John Bonham and stuff like that.
That's our generation of music anyway.
Right,
the 70s and 80s
You know,
stuff,
I was blessed enough to see him in Nassau Coliseum live with Led Zeppelin just by chance.
Yeah.
Just by chance. And that's how my life has been.
Yeah.
And Ivan calls me El Gato because I've had so many lives. Yeah. I've had a ton of.
There you go.
A lot of fun. And if you can't have fun, what's it all about?
Right.
You know? So I'm not a millionaire or a billionaire or anything like that, but I have so much
happy.
abundance. I have so much abundance.
Yeah. Abundance isn't a numerical value.
I
and something you have in the bank.
couldn't fit everything that I've been given in a building anywhere around.
I think a lot of people attach
huge.
that too much. The
do.
concept of abundance means I want more money. It's like, no. Be careful what you ask for, because money does, as everyone knows, money will not buy happiness.
Right.
Happiness comes from within 100% of the
Absolutely.
time. So
Absolutely.
To be able to say that you are in an abundant time in your life and you're living where you're living,
Right.
that tells the true story behind the concept of abundance. That's
Right.
beautiful.
Right. And I've had my up and down the ladder deal. So I know what to expect, and I know how to appreciate it when it comes.
Yeah, that's important.
So
There's a balance of give and take, and you can't give all the time because that's not balance.
Well-
You can't be always giving, and you also have to be respectful in your receiving as well.
right on.
It's not like take; it's receive.
Thank you.
There's a big difference.
Well, I had a major struggle with that all my life, and I was the giver.
Same here,
I was
brother. Feeling it.
I was the advice guy. I was the go-to guy. I'll always be a giver, but I couldn't receive.
Yeah,
And you hit it on the head, and it was a major struggle.
yeah,
And once I got over that hurdle of being able to receive, again, the floodgates open.
yeah,
It's what you asked for. You asked for all this.
yeah.
Okay, I had several angels, several beautiful women that came into my life. Had a child, married for 21 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I lost her. She lost me because all I was doing was giving to the world,
Yeah.
letting my business run me.
Yeah.
Moved to a place where that I could not afford monetary. I didn't have the money for it, but it put my daughter in a good position. Blue ribbon school, boom, off and running.
Yeah.
Great education. She's got a wonderful job, beautiful husband, beautiful home.
Right.
What more could I ask for?
Absolutely.
So I'm here watching this from 2,500 miles away. Would I like to be there? I'd like to go up in Sedona Airport and fly out of here every other weekend, brother. But
Yeah. You got the funds
that's
to
not
it
where I'm at
sometimes.
right
Absolutely.
now. I may be someday.
Yeah.
They've given me so much already. So it's like, what's next?
Yeah.
Right? Just like the band.
Yeah.
I was just clunking around. I was playing with people. I was having fun, but it wasn't me.
Yeah.
And that was another part about loving yourself, man. You got to love yourself, got to love yourself. And once you do, again, the floodgates open.
Yeah.
But when you ask, believe what you just asked for is in your highest good.
Right.
That
And
you-
the highest good for others as well.
Right.
Because if we're giving ourselves and receiving ourselves in a good way, that means all we're going to do is just give it out to others.
Right.
That's a beautiful thing.
Right. And believe you deserve that too,
Yeah.
you know, and others around you.
Yeah.
Because that improves your life. They like to see you happy.
Yeah.
Your tribe, your people, your loved ones,
Yeah.
they love to see you happy.
Yeah.
Whether you give me a box of air, and I love that box, I'm saying, I'll never let anybody touch this box. All right?
Yeah.
It's special.
Absolutely.
Just love it, man. Love it. Love it up. But if you don't love yourself, you're no good for anyone. You know that.
Yeah.
Most people don't.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, society makes it that way.
Mm-hmm.
It has been making it. I'm going to throw this out there because it's been on my mind for about maybe 40, 50 years is I think as soon as we started dancing separately as a culture,
Right.
I know that sounds kind of kooky, but, you know, a lot of people say disco killed everything. Well, it wasn't disco. It was the fact that everybody wanted to say, look at me.
Right.
I'm not together with anybody. So it's about individuality. It's like we became a separate society. And now it's even more so than it ever has been.
Right.
So it's kind of difficult to be able to relay that kind of a message to people that need to hear it.
Right, and that's the best part about being who we are. Mm-hmm. We're able to tell people our story.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone has one. Everybody's has several stories. Yeah. Maybe embellished a little bit. I don't have to embellish. You don't have to embellish, right? We are the real deal. We can tell a story. We don't have to color it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And I've had so many of them, so many lives. And like I said, all these angels that came into my life that helped me along. Mm-hmm. And got to me to that next level.
Yeah.
Very, very special people.
Absolutely.
My ex-wife, near and dear to me.
Yeah.
You know, and everyone else that came in.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't let anyone in.
And there's no time. I don't want to say no time. There's no need to get into a regret.
No.
Life has given us everything that it did. We're here now.
No regrets.
If you're in a really good place, why would there be any regret?
No regrets.
Yeah. Exactly.
No regrets. No regrets. Real quick. I could go on all day. This could be like, one of them 8-hour podcasts. Everybody like drooling, falling asleep, But
that's why we call it editing.
Had a real good friend, musician,
yeah.
Totally relate to, older than me, hairstylist, cut my hair since I was in high school. Mm-hmm. And I had long hair like you, and it was like Roger Daltrey, blonde, right? Women would say, hey, man, where'd you get that perm? I'm like, perm? Man, perm? I don't even do nothing. I just wake up, I wash it, I run out of the house. I don't know. Yeah. That's my hair. But I never let anybody touch my hair. He's cutting my hair back in 1990. Mm-hmm. My daughter was born. And I said, I'm going to start a business, I think. And he says, you think? He says, just do it. You don't want to have any regrets that you didn't try.
Right.
That was his words of wisdom, man.
Yeah.
I launched that business in 1990, and the 90s were rocky.
Yeah.
It took off like a rocket.
There you go.
While my daughter was born, I was never home. I was working side jobs and doing stuff. And, man, got to try.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Exactly.
Exactly. And no regret with people, with things.
Yeah. It's a peaceful, get into that realm of peace and balance.
I'm sure you've had bad stuff happen in your life.
Everybody
bad
has.
people
Yeah.
and come into your life. Yeah. Narcissists, sociopaths, they come into your life. You know why? They're angels too. They're giving you a message.
They're showing.
They're walking you home.
Yeah.
They might be kicking you in the butt at the same time, but they're walking you home.
Absolutely.
Right? Can't hate them. I don't hate anybody.
Right.
I've had stuff happen to me that, I guess like if I was a different person, it would be a different outcome.
Right.
But I let it go several times in life.
Very important for sure.
And now later in life, I feel sorry for those people because they need to be touched. They need to understand that being rough or being a bully or being
machismo.
Yeah, it doesn't work, man.
Yeah. It
doesn't work. It might open a couple doors for you. It just doesn't.
It's for the moment. It's not getting you anything for healthy long-term anything.
Thank you very much. Yes. So go to bed, put your head on the bed, and whether you're with your loved one or not, you just know you did the best you could.
Right.
You don't hate anyone.
Absolutely.
You don't want anyone to hate you, and if they do, that's their problem.
Right.
They have to figure that out.
Exactly. Don't own it because it's theirs.
And it's just not going to do anyone any good. Physically, it's going to tear you to pieces.
Yeah, it can.
And just don't hold on to it.
Yeah.
I'm just learning myself. I'm just discovering myself.
Good time in life for it, man.
It's a great time in life.
Yeah.
I just love who I am and love what I do.
Excellent. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to change it up a little bit.
Go for it.
What's the deal with the blue heron?
Oh, Lord.
Is this like your next stepchild or something?
Man, it feels like it.
That's pretty cool.
So later, while I was going through my, I guess, midlife crisis or whatever you want to call it before I moved out here, it was with a shaman, heron kept coming in through a ceremony. He said, this is your totem.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I was gifted heron feathers, and I would see herons in flight and herons sitting on the rock and in the creek and in the river where I live. Because I live by a lake community. And I was like, I'm all yours, man. Show me the way. I just kept going west, kept going west, kept going west. And everyone I encountered kept saying the same thing. That's your totem, man. Blue heron's your totem.
Yeah.
It's all over you. Well, I get gifted feathers on the property. They come and they eat the crawfish every day at the creek.
Yeah.
I see them. They sit there and photo op. It's like they wait for me to take photos. I'm like,
that's what it seems
you're
like.
supposed to fly away. You're supposed to be afraid of me, man.
Nah, there's something different with
take
you
your picture and then I'll go.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just love them. They entertain us. They're
gorgeous birds, man.
They're gorgeous birds, and there's a rookery just right over by the Up the Creek restaurant. Mm-hmm. by the bubbling ponds.
Yep.
They come in there and they get their last snack for the night.
Yep.
And then they go up in the rookery, up in the trees.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you go to dinner and then go sit on a bench and watch them. Yeah,
Perfect.
they're my children. Yeah.
There you go. All right, so I'm going to ask you a couple things. Well, actually, I want you to tell everybody 2 things that people don't know about you. I mean, you probably expressed a lot of that just here in the podcast, but give us...
Probably most people don't know I was a businessman.
Yeah.
I owned a business for 23 years.
Yeah.
It was a limousine service and very successful. I named it after my daughter.
Nice.
And it was Daniela Limousine Service. I drove celebrities and hotshots
And where was this?
Back in New Jersey. And we were based right outside of Manhattan. So all my work was in the 5 boroughs. And I drove around the 5 boroughs in Manhattan and Pennsylvania and Connecticut and Rhode Island, you name it, and drove the best of the best and met some amazing people.
It's a good chance I've seen you driving around because I spent a lot of years in the Connecticut area.
There you go.
I had that sandwich between Boston and New York.
Oh,
People
man.
can't make up their minds which side they want to be on.
No. And, a good question you could probably put in there is, what do you miss? People know a lot about me. What I miss most, besides my family and my friends, is the food. I actually lost weight when I got here because I was hiking all the time and I was just trying to find the real deal, as far as the food goes. Yeah. But I have all my good places now. So that's...
You find the right ones eventually.
It's another story, right?
So one more thing. Give us one more thing about you that people aren't aware of.
Man, I don't know. I'm a pretty open book. I'm pretty vanilla. It's like, everybody knows. If you know me, a lot of people know about me, either through me or through some embellished story that someone told them.
Right.
So that's always the best part. But honestly, brother, I don't know. I'm pretty open. I'm pretty out there. Most people, I don't know. I'm human. Maybe most people don't know I'm human.
Maybe they don't know that.
Right. I'm human. And I tried. I did the best I could. I got here. I'm starting a new life.
Yeah.
And with another new angel, my final angel, they walked me home. An angel walked me home.
Right.
So kind of put my hand in this angel's hand.
Yeah.
Inadvertently.
From one to the other, yeah.
Right. But you can know one thing about me. I finally love myself, which most people don't know.
Right.
Because I didn't until the process started in 2014.
Yeah.
So that's a long time.
That's a lot of years of not really knowing yourself.
Hey, man, I'm a late bloomer.
Yeah.
I'm a late bloomer. Most guys are late bloomers.
Absolutely.
Now, I was too busy trying to be everybody's expectation, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
Give till I couldn't give anymore.
Yeah, it's a familiar path.
Love till you're outloved, you're done, you're empty, you're a shell. And that's why I wound up here. They sent me here for good reason.
Yeah.
And if my story helps just one person survive their life, get out of the dark place they're in, and if I could help more people, like the reading said, a young man's coming in your life. Well, I believe all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was born, raised Irish Catholic.
Yes, I do.
That's going to be in the book, right? I got to change a lot of stuff around,
Right.
but I survived it.
Yeah.
I got through it.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably don't know a lot of that stuff. Where I grew up, it was a ghetto area. It turned into a blight area because it was an industrial town and all the industry left, went out of the country.
Yeah.
You can't chase it. It's gone. Well, you just got to work. So I had various jobs. I've done everything.
Big old resume.
And like
full of...
Johnny Cash's, I've been everywhere, man.
Yeah.
I've been all over the place. I've been shown stuff. I've seen stuff I didn't ever want to see, but I had to, It made me who I am.
Yeah.
Can't deny it. Most people probably don't know. I had to do therapy for all this. I had to figure it out. Because if I didn't talk to somebody about it, I'd crack up. I didn't want to crack up. I'm too good for that. So I guess I started loving myself back then.
Yeah.
Didn't realize it then.
Yeah.
Because I was still dissing myself.
Absolutely.
I got this. You don't have to tell me. He'd throw me a box of tissues. I throw them back at him. What are you doing?
I don't need to cry.
You got to crack, man. I says, oh, I've cracked. I said, I don't have to crack here. I'll just spill my guts and then I got to go.
Yeah.
I'm pretty open.
Part of the process.
Yeah, I'm pretty open.
All right. Excellent. Well, thank you tremendously for just spending time with me.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah, we're going to have to find a way to get ourselves out and stop by your place.
Yeah, brother. Do it. Do it. You will fall in
cheap.
love.
Talk is cheap, though. Yeah.
Hey, maybe we can arrange a romantic evening, and when in our summer evenings, you could use the teepee. You and Laura come and spend the night. spend the weekend, jump in the creek in the morning.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if you like that cold water.
I grew up in the Northeast, man.
Oh, you like that cold water, then, man. Yeah, you're used to it. I'm still used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Jimmy.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank
Beautiful
you.
to have you.
Love you, Bear. Love you.
Love you too, man. It's been a pleasure to just know you for the little bit that I know you.
Yeah.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
I always look forward to seeing you. Yeah. Keep me smiling.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you, folks, for listening in. Stick around for the next podcast. It's coming up soon. Thank you. So grateful to everybody. God bless you all, and we'll see you the next time. Thank you again for listening in today, everybody. Your time and energy is greatly appreciated. Please feel free to download these episodes, favorite them, share them, and even visit my YouTube channel, Yava-Coco Productions, for all of my podcasts with their playlists as well, and for some insanely cool videos of Sedona from my hikes or just from other connections that I've had. That all helps me continue to bring you more exciting podcasts about hiking Sedona. For those of you wanting to dig in a little deeper, maybe you're struggling with some inner issues or are in recovery from addictions or just looking for inspirational discussions about healing, check out my other podcasts on your favorite podcast players. Things like Path to Recovery or Cognitive Awareness with a Touch of God or Star Wars: The Bear Awakens. Yeah, I actually do a podcast about that. It's a little deeper than just a Star Wars podcast, folks. It gets into a little more connecting with the concept of what is the Force and what is it compared to the God consciousness. We're just here to help, and what we offer is almost always free. Thank you, God bless you, and hope to see you on the rocks.